2XKO is a fighting game by Riot Games based off League of Legends. And in this video, I'm going to help you figure out how to build a team in this game. Typically, the most popular tag fighters are like 3v3 fighters, but this is a 2v2 fighter, and at the moment of recording, it's in closed beta, so there's actually not that many characters. There's only one more character left to be announced for a total of 10. But that doesn't mean there's not a lot of ways to build a team. Now, before starting, if there's a character that you specifically really like, and you really don't care for learning the various mechanics around tags in the game, or if you're planning on exclusively or spending the majority of your time playing with a friend in duos, you can simply pick your favorite character and go to town. When you pick two characters in this game, it also asks you to pick a fuse, and these change how you play the game. And while I'll explain the others later, for the time that you're playing alone, you can choose the Juggernaut fuse that allows you to play one character alone. And you get a slew of special abilities with this. So, for example, here's a combo with Yasuo. This is Beam, and when you're in Juggernaut, you actually have more HP than other characters. So this would actually normally kill Yasuo, but because you're in Juggernaut, you will endure because you have more HP. Here's the same combo on Standard Fuse, 2x assist. You have immediate access to Fury, which has a whole slew of special effects, including more speed, dash cancels, and more. You have the ability to do multiple supers alone. This is his normal super into the Tornado super, which cannot be done here with the other Yasuo. If I do it, it calls Blitzcrank instead. You even have the ability to forcibly switch your opponent's character out by using down plus tag, exclusive to Juggernaut. But in the case you don't want to only play one character specifically, in a team game, starting with a character you really like is the perfect place to start making a team, because you can make an effective team around characters that you like. Next, you probably want to think about how do you want to play the game, because even though characters have specific playstyles, having the right partner will let you play the game how you want. Now, at a macro level, I would split the characters into three groups. First are the all-around characters. These are Echo, Yasuo, and Darius. All-around characters are just that. They're all around. They can pretty much do everything. They're good at neutral, they have good offense, and they're pretty easy to put on any team. Then you would have aggressive characters. These would be Vi and Alawi. Aggressive characters are a bit more focused on offense, I mean, it's in the name, and getting in your face. And when they're on your team, they can help you get in quickly, or when they aren't in, it could be really hard to get them off you. And then finally, support characters. These would be Blitzcrank, Jinx, Ahri, and Braum. Simply put, support characters have really good assists for neutral, offense, and combos. Since this is a video about building a team, I'm going to be looking at the characters specifically from a team perspective rather than what they specifically do as a character. Starting with the all-rounder characters. All-round characters are all-rounders, so they can pretty much do anything. Echo is really good against assists because he has the Time Winder. And the really good thing about the Time Winder is that it's just really easy to hit assist with the move once it's out. The character is also very, very fast. He has variable movement in the air, including while retreating. And he has powerful setups for mix-ups. On top of that, he also has Time Winder as an assist, which is very powerful as well. So then you have Yasuo, and one of his best aspects is that he could use a wind wall to cancel projectiles, which is very strong. Like Echo, he's also quite fast, and Yasuo is actually really good at controlling the middle of the screen. Not only does he have large pokes and good jump buttons, but he has the wind projectile judgment cuts that you can send full screen or keep point blank. And if the wind wall is up, you can leave a tornado in the middle of the screen. That's really good at controlling the middle of the screen. Then the last all-rounder is Darius. So he has just really big, easy to use buttons. It's really easy to do setups of him, both with him on point and him as an assist. The main thing being that in this game, you can do actions on block like retreating guard or push block. And when you do this hook move, you can do neither. And this also applies to the assist. On top of that, Darius can apply wound by either doing his S2, S2 at a certain spacing or doing his level 1 super. And this makes it so that you take chip damage on block, which helps a lot of characters. Because he can essentially force you to guess or punish you for blocking. For aggressive characters, we have Vi. So one of the main things about her is that she has this move to get in. If you haven't played other fighting games, this specific move is pretty famous amongst Dragon Ball FighterZ players in particular for getting in. And you can easily call an assist after to cover you. On top of that, once she is in, she has various follow-ups to her special moves that make opponents guess on her offense. So once she's in, she's able to keep up pressure really well. In Alawi's case, she's pretty good at controlling the middle of the screen, as she has really big buttons and special moves that hit from a long range. And she has strong potential setups with her supers and various ways of setting up tentacles. The biggest thing about the tentacle is that it sets up an easy 50-50 because it lets her combo off throw automatically, on top of having command grab with the tentacle. And for my strike throw enthusiast, you can also strike with the tentacle and it looks like the command grab. You can either strike with one or grab with one for simple mix-ups. Then there's support character. So first, Blitzcrank. What Key does is very powerful as a support. He's able to pull characters in from full screen. If you have problems with jumping, he can also cover that too and pull people from the ground, give you plenty of time to approach. On top of that, because the assist restands, he gives basically everybody a mix-up. In the case of Jinx, she has solid neutral assists like her rocket. Plus, depending on the team that you're playing, she can add a lot of damage to combos. It takes a little bit of combo exploration, but I've seen a bunch of examples of this, and with some exploration, you could do a ton of damage with this character. Ari's case is a little bit more simple. It's specifically that she has this assist. If you're not familiar with tag fighters, this style of assist is very famous. It's incredibly powerful because the assist is appearing from a spot that's not easy to hit. So in this example, Braum runs ahead and she shoots from above. I have to really go out of my way to hit Ari, essentially hitting her when she's running out like this. Once she's airborne, it becomes much harder to actually catch her. You'll see this type of assist call quite a bit, where people dash jump and then call Ari and she's too far away to hit, but still protecting the point character. Then finally, there's Braum, and basically the idea is that his shield assist is very strong when used correctly. You can use it to slow down the pace of the match. Also, Braum is very good at using the double down because he has a full screen super, so he could call an assist, do the super, and then tag and have this full screen super that you could run behind. Now, that might have sounded like a lot, hopefully it didn't, but for example, I play Yasuo. He's an all-rounder, so I can basically play him with anybody else. Previously, I paired him with Ari, who was a support character, and I relied a lot on the assist I showed you before. And now I'm playing him with Blitzcrank, who's another support character. And the good news is that, in my opinion, it's pretty easy to pair the aggressive characters with characters too. The all-rounder characters I mentioned before generally have good assists, and the support characters back up everybody, even each other. The only thing I would add is that if your favorite character is a support character, you might have to think a little bit more about what to do. They're really easy to pair with characters from the other group, but you might be using them more for their assist or what they add to a team more than specifically playing them. The previous example I used with Braum generally gets used for his assist and the super, which means you have to use double down with him. Where Ari, because of the assist, you can pair her pretty easily with basically everybody, same with Blitzcrank. Jinx is a bit technical because part of what's good about her are the traps and the damage, so you might have to do a little bit more research to play her. Now the last step is once you have a character pair that you want to play, the next thing you have to do is pick fuses. So I talked about the Juggernaut fuse already, and I also have categorized the fuses, and there are only two groups in my opinion. The fuse does affect how you play, so it is worth thinking about because you'll have access to different system mechanics depending on what you pick. First are the general use fuses. You basically will not go wrong playing one of these fuses. These are 2x assist and double down. Then you have your technical fuses. Basically, these are specific fuses that you are using to enact a specific plan against opponents. These are Freestyle, Sidekick, and Juggernaut. 2x assist lets you call an assist 2 times. It's simple, straightforward, and it also works with the tag system pretty easily. Double down allows you to do supers into supers with your partner. So you can do something like Yasuo's level 1 into Blitzcrank level 1. As an extra benefit, you can call assist and then do super and then tag into the other character. Double down ups your damage a lot and also can add some unique effects to supers, like the Braum example I talked about before. Before I go into the next 3, you can pretty much pick 2x or double down and you will be fine. You don't have to think about it that much. The next 3 are worth considering if you're thinking about more unique plans of action. So first you have Freestyle. So what this does is you can call an assist and then tag twice. The trade-off is you have more cooldown if you tag twice, but you have really unique access to combos and offensive sequences that other fuses do not have access to. So that was a simple example of sandwiching somebody and tagging twice to do a mix-up. Takes a little bit of practice, but powerful. Specifically for Freestyle, characters that have tricky properties or many multiple hits or can easily switch sides are really beneficial for Freestyle. So then Sidekick, you play as one character with an assist, so you get a bunch of benefits from playing this. So for the starters, you have access to Fury Burst right away, which again makes you faster, it gives you dash cancels and all sorts of things. You have access to the Last Stand assist from the beginning, so by pressing down plus assist, you get a powered up version of your assist that costs a bar. You get supers into supers in a different way than double down because you can't tag. So this sequence with Yasuo and Blitzcrank you cannot do in double down, the same way at least. You start the round with 2 meter instead of 1 meter on your point and 1 meter on your second character, and more. Specifically Sidekick, I think really benefits from you playing a support character in the back. And last is Juggernaut that we talked about at the beginning of the video, where you can play as one character alone, where you can forcibly switch out characters, and it has many of the benefits of Sidekick as well. So with this info, it should be hopefully easier for you to pick a team. If you like Echo, for example, he's an all-rounder type character, so you can essentially pick him with anybody. I just did random select, got Alawi, and then choose either double down or 2x assist, and it's probably gonna work fine. If you're into an aggressive character like Vi, it's mostly the same. You can run with a support character or an all-rounder type pretty easily, and then pick either 2x assist or double down and you'll be fine. Mess around a bit and try to see what suits you. And if you really don't want to waste your time, you only want to play one character, or you're going to play duos with somebody and you just want to learn one character for that, you can practice that by playing Juggernaut. Once they add more champs to the game, I'm sure the team building will get more in depth, but at least for the moment, I don't find it to be so complicated. So hopefully this framework helps you. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you want to support the channel, you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/LordKnight. And I stream on weekdays on Twitch at twitch.tv/LordKnight. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.